Hello everyone, Brickbar here, and yes, I'm back guys. I'm sorry that I haven't been uploading for like a week now, but I'm telling you, this last week has been so stressful at school. There was just so many like tests to do and stuff like that, so yeah, I'm really sorry, but now that it's almost Christmas and the holidays are just around the corner, well, kinda at least, I will hopefully be able to make some more videos. But anyways, as some of you guys might remember, about a year ago I made a video called my top 10 favorite LEGO minifigures. And yeah, the fact that it's been a year now is pretty crazy, but either way, this video was just something that I made just to show people what my favorite minifigures are. But since it has gone a year, some of my opinions have changed, and well, now I have some different figures on this list, but most of them are going to apparently stay the same, because after watching this original video, I realized that a lot of the figures that I have on this list are actually going to be very similar to the ones that I have on the previous list. So yeah, either way, that's going to be fun. So yeah, let's get back. And there's not really any rules that I need to go through for this video, because this is pretty much just going to be my opinion. Like, there's not gonna be any rules for this video, so yeah, anyways, I think we should just start the video off at number 10. So starting off the list here is Darth Vader, and this is not the first version, but also not the most recent one with, you know, the helmets that can like be taken into different parts and stuff like that. This is like the, yeah. His hand is pretty loose here, but the main reason why I have this Darth Vader on here is because I have a lot of good memories of him. You see, as a kid I always wanted to get a Darth Vader minifigure because I thought it was really cool. And then I got a Star Wars watch for my birthday, or a LEGO Star Wars watch, and this guy came with it, and I was so happy. I finally got my hands on the Darth Vader minifigure, and yeah, that's mainly the reason why he's on here, but it's also just a great looking figure. I mean, look at the printing on the front of him, that's pretty cool. There's no printing on the back though, but that is understandable, because he is wearing a cape, and he's gonna be wearing a cape most of the time. I also really love this helmet mold. I don't know what it is about it, it just looks really cool. His face print is also pretty okay, as you can see there. Really, it's mainly because of the nostalgia with this figure, but overall I think he is a very good figure, and a great one to start the list with. At number 9 here we have Samukai from Ninjago. I'm pretty sure this guy was on here last year's list as well, but I just love how this guy looks, honestly. He looks so unique. There's no, like, minifigure ever that's looked like him before. And, of course, I also put him on my top 6 Ninjago minifigures, or top 5, or whatever it was. And as you can see, yeah, it's pretty worn out. I played with this guy a lot. And there's also a lot of nostalgia for why I have him on the list as well, because he's from the pilot season of Ninjago, which is probably my favorite thing from Ninjago, or at least the one that I spent the most money on. And I also got this guy in Garmadon's Dark Fortress, which I regret taking apart so much. That set was so cool. But anyways, that's not the point. I still think this guy is an awesome minifigure. And he's probably, actually he's definitely one of my favorite Ninjago minifigures of all time. And he also is one of my favorite minifigures of all time. So overall, a really great figure. Let's move on. So number 8 here we have both Gizmo and the Gremlin, or well, I guess more specifically Stripe, from the Gremlins Dimensions pack. I mainly put these guys on here because Gremlins is one of my favorite movies of all time, and these guys are great representations of how they look in the movie. Especially Stripe here. Like, look at all that detail. Look at the arm detail. Look at the body painting on this guy. It looks so cool. I also like the fact that they use these kinds of legs, which I don't remember what they're called, but I like the fact that they didn't just give him the normal legs, they actually gave him these ones, which look a little bit better. I also love the new head mold on him. It's so crazy and cool. I also really like Gizmo. He's really cute, and once again the head mold is awesome, but I have a small problem with him, and that's that the white on his legs is actually, you know, completely white, while the white on his torso is pretty faded away, but that is of course because they tried to print white on a brown torso, so I guess that's the reason, but still I would have just liked it to match up a little bit more. But either way, these two figures are still great in my opinion, and I'm really sad that LEGO Dimensions died as quickly as it did, because, man, just think of all the possibilities with all the other figures we could have gotten. But anyways, that's it for this spot. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, guys, at number 7, we have the classic 60s Batman, or, well, Adam West Batman. And this guy is mainly on here because I just love the 60s Batcave so much. I know there's some people that don't like it, but I personally love it. It's one of my favorite LEGO sets ever, in my opinion. And it's also one of the best memories ever. But anyways, this figure is probably my favorite one from the set. I mean, the Joker one is great as well, but this one is my personal favorite. It just looks perfect. I love all the detailing on him. From the things on the front of this figure to the back. I mean, yeah, it's kind of simple, but his suit was pretty simple in the show as well, so that's understandable. But my favorite part about him is the cowl. I love the printing on there. It looks perfect. And overall, this is just a fantastic figure, and a great reminder of one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time. So yeah, that's why he makes it at this list at number 7. And then guys, at number 6, dropping a couple spaces from the last list I made, that being the gamer minifigure from series 12, I'm pretty sure. Now this guy's on here mainly because this guy is one of the first instances where I actually remember trying to look after or feel after in the bags of a specific minifigure in a minifigure series. I think this guy was the first one to actually make me want to do that, and I think it was just mainly because, I mean, it's a gamer, and I played a lot of games as a kid, and I guess that I thought as a kid that just because I played games I was a gamer or something. I have no idea, but either way, this figure is also just great overall. It's not just a nostalgia factor that plays a part here. I love his torso with the player 1 printed on it. I love his jeans there, which are pretty like standard and useful. I also like the fact that he has some printing on the arms, or well, dual-modded arms. I also really like his face print, which is pretty cool, and his hairpiece is probably my favorite part about him. I don't think this is the first figure to have this hairpiece, but it's a great looking hairpiece, and I'm really happy that it has been used in a lot of different colors now. Oh, and he also comes with a controller, which I think is really cool. Overall, a great figure. And then guys, just getting into the top 5, we have the Chrome Stormtrooper. Now, as you guys can see, this guy is extremely faded away on the torso there, which really sucks, and the same does go for the back as well, though not to as bad of an extent as the torso. So yeah, he's pretty worn out, but the reason why I love this guy is because it's probably one of my most rare figures that I currently have. I actually have no idea how I got this guy, but he's a great figure overall. I love the chrome printing on him, especially on the helmet here. It just looks awesome. I love the shine to it and all. Also, another thing that I think is kind of funny is that you can see here, there's white here because I guess they had the arms like this when they spray painted him with chrome, so that they would get the most of the area to be chrome. And I think that's kind of funny, but either way, it's still a great figure, and I really, really like him, even if it's pretty worn out, but now well. Then guys, next up is probably a pretty obvious one. It's the Silver Centurion minifigure. Now, this guy I've gone into detail multiple times on my channel. I just love this figure so much. The printing on him is some of the best on any minifigure ever. Like, seriously, just look at this. Look at the arm printing there. And yeah, I have to say guys, I'm really sorry that the lighting in these videos don't really work, but it's pretty late now, and that makes it pretty darn hard to actually, you know, get good lighting and all that. But either way, he has some fantastic printing all around. I'm not actually going to take off like his armor piece and stuff like that, because I've talked about this guy so much before. So if you guys want to, you know more about why I love this guy, just know that it's mainly because of all the printing that went into him, and also because of the story that I have with it, which you can watch if you just go onto my channel and you look after my review of the Silver Centurion and the polybag. So yeah, but overall this figure is just fantastic, and it definitely deserves my number 4 spot. And then guys, coming in in the top 3, at number 3 spot, we have every small rock monster from Power Miners. Now this one is a pretty big stretch. I mean, I know I had the Gremlin and Gizmo at one spot, but I mean, this is 5 figures. Can they even be considered minifigures? I mean, yeah, they are considered, but they're really different compared to everything else. Now, the reason why I love these are mostly because, you know, Power Miners, it's my favorite theme, it's really nostalgic to me, and I love everything about it, but also, the figures here are just so cool. I just love how they look. First of all, I love the transparency on all of them, with all the different colors and all that stuff. It made it really fun to collect them. I also really like the fact that you can open their mouths up and put things like the power crystals, or dynamite if you want, in them and actually have them like eat it. I think that's really cool. You can also of course move the arms up and down, though you can't move the legs or anything, but I personally don't mind that since they're already pretty small and getting them to actually, you know, have movable legs would have been pretty hard. I also really like these guys now because they're probably some of my favorite parts of the Jeff show so far, where, you know, do you recognize, you know, this guy being angry all the time, or this guy smoking Lego weed or whatever? I know it was a pretty weird decision for me to make, but yeah, all of these factors combined makes these figures some of my all-time favorites, and I'm honestly surprised that I didn't include them on my last year's list, but yeah, whatever, they're on here now, definitely, and they definitely deserve to be some of my favorite minifigures of all time. Coming in at the number 2 spot, just shy of the number 1 place, but at number 2 here we have the original Green Ninja, or well, the first Green Ninja to actually wear the Green Ninja suit. This guy I've already talked about before. He's mainly one of my favorites because he's one of the 2 figures that I first bought on Bricklink, which has now become my main way of getting retired Lego. And honestly, I just love how he looks. Green used to be my favorite colors. Now it's red, by the way, if you're wondering. So getting a Green Ninja at the time was just mind-blowing to me, and when I finally got him, it was so exciting. Also, I just think the figure looks awesome in general. I mean, green is a really great color for ninjas because, you know, green you can camouflage pretty well, and, you know, ninjas can really sneak and all that stuff, so I think green really works here. And yeah, overall, I just love this figure so much, and I've gone into a lot of detail about him before, whether it be last year's list, or I'm pretty sure my top 6 favorite Ninjago minifigures, so yeah. Overall, this figure is amazing, but he's not quite the number 1 spot, and we'll get to that, but first, I actually want to have some honorable mentions. Okay guys, so I'm quickly going to go through my honorable mentions. They're basically really great figures that I really like for different reasons, but they just couldn't quite make the list. First up here we have Steve in Diamond Armor. It's one of my best Christmas presents of Lego ever, the Ender Dragon set, the original, and it came with this figure which I think is really awesome. Minecraft is one of my favorite games of all time, and probably one of my most nostalgic games of all time, and seeing Steve in full Diamond Armor is just awesome, and I think the figure is very well executed. Next up here we have the BR minifigure, rest in peace BR. This guy is here mainly because I just really like his design. I think it's pretty much perfectly worked over from the actual mascot of BR itself. I especially love the BR on his hat there. That is just awesome. And yeah, again, rest in peace BR. You were a really great way to get some Lego. Either way, next up here we have the Joker from the classic 60s Batman set. And yeah, like I said with the 60s Batman minifigure, this one is pretty much perfect as well. I especially love his hair in that lime green color, and his suit in being in pink makes him really unique from any other Joker minifigures to have been made. And yeah, just like the Batman minifigure, he looks perfect, but I decided to go with the Batman minifigure just because, I know, I just like him a little bit more. I can't really explain it. And then the final honorable mention for this list is going to be the classic Ghost. I just smile whenever I look at this guy. Ghosts are supposed to be like scary and all that stuff, at least I think they're supposed to be scary, but this guy is just adorable. Just look at that face. Oh, it's so adorable. I also really like that the actual piece itself, you know, the ghost piece, is actually like glow in the dark. I think that's such a perfect detail, and it looks pretty cool as well. So yeah, these are my 4 honorable mentions, and they just couldn't quite make the list for one reason or another. But now, let's get to the moment you've all been waiting for. The #1 spot. And so everyone, coming in at #1, oh come on now, you already knew what it was going to be. It's of course the panda suit guy, I just had to give it to him. He's kind of my channel mascot. I mean, he's a pretty big part of it. I mean, yeah, Super Panda, the Super Panda minifigure is my, you know, guy, but I use most of the pieces from this guy, and pandas are my favorite animals of all time. I mean, I really like cats as well, because, you know, I have a cat, but pandas are just my favorite. They're just so cool. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better figure than this. I love the detailing on this guy. From the simple printing on his torso to the fact that he actually has like a zipper on the back there, which is hilarious. I also love his mask mold here, which is probably my favorite part because, you know, it's actually used on my mascot. I just love it. I think it looks almost perfect for, like, even just making it look like a normal panda's head. Just give it some non-human looking eyes in there and it will be perfect. I also love his face print with, you know, he looks like he's sweating because, you know, he's in a fursuit, so obviously. I love that as well, it's a really useful face print. And finally he comes with an accessory, which is not something we often see from these animal suit people from the minifigure series. And yeah, this piece is awesome. I love this piece, and the printing on it is just awesome. It looks so adorable and it's really cool, and it's a really nice inclusion to the figure. And finally, again, this was one of the 2 figures that I first bought from Bricklink, with the other one being the Green Ninja, of course. And that also helps with the nostalgia factor. And overall, there's just no complaints with this figure. I love it so much. It's my favorite minifigure of all time, and I'm pretty sure it will be like that for a very long time. Unless LEGO actually makes an official Super Panda minifigure, but let's be fair, that's never gonna happen even in 1,000 years. So, yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys agreed with my rankings, then be sure to leave a like. And be sure to tell me what your guys' favorite minifigures are in the comments. It would be pretty interesting to see, actually. But anyway guys, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye! Ah, fantastic. Another video done. Hey, wait a minute. Huh? Oh, hi, Jester.
Excuse me, but what in the actual hell? Why didn't you include me on your list? I mean, I was on it last year, why wasn't I on it this year?
Oh my god, Jester, oh my god. I completely forgot. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot about you. How did I even do that?
What did you just say? Did you just say that you forgot about me? I'm Jester. I thought I was supposed to be your best friend. I was in your very first review, and you don't even give me a spot on your top 10 favorite minifigures. Not even as an honorable mention.
Jester, please. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Okay. I will do something about it. I'll fix it.
No. You know what? Fine. Have it your way then. I will have it my way. That's for sure.
No, Jester, no.